hot in here. Oh, hello, my dear. Yes, come in, come in. Don't be frightened. Have a seat, and I'll be with you shortly. Oh, you poor little lamb. Have you been to see the Board of Guardians? Oh, you poor thing. They are so bullish and, quite frankly, bullies. They treat everybody so cruelly, and quite frankly, I think all they care about are their work bonuses rather than the inmates, which I think is dreadfully wrong. Tell me, my dear, what's your name? Oh, well, I'll be pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Dr. Hastings, and I am a medical doctor here at this workhouse. Now, normally I wouldn't be preparing you for admission to the workhouse today. That is done by the ward sister, who is nowhere to be seen today, so the duties have fallen onto my shoulders. But not that I mind too much. I like to get to know all the inmates quite intimately before they are sent off into the general population of the workhouse, just in case you fall sick or ever need my assistance whilst you are here. At least we are on friendly terms, am I correct? And between you and I, it is quite good for you that the ward sister is absent today, because she is very heavy-handed and quite strict with the inmates, and after your time with the Board of Guardians, you don't need any more stress added to your plate. And if I say so myself, I am much more kinder, much more gentle, and much more understanding than the ward sister, so it's good for you. So, have you ever been admitted to a workhouse before? No. Oh, no wonder you look so terrified. Well, what I will do is I will explain to you everything that I am doing as to not frighten you or confuse you any further. So really, all we have to do today is make sure that you are in a good physical and mental state to enter the workhouse. And by that I mean giving you a jolly good bath, a jolly good haircut, and just checking your physicals, eyes, ears, nose, mouth, just to make sure you don't have any underlying diseases or abnormalities that we need to know about that could impact your life here at the workhouse. Like I say, normally I would only be in charge of the medical portion, but I will be helping you to bathe, applying lice treatment, as we've had an awful outbreak recently, and I will be cutting your hair. Yes, I'm afraid that we will have to crop your hair right to the scalp because of these damned lice. Now, normally it would only be children that would be subject to this, but due to the ferocity of these lice, we have been requested to clip adults' hair too. I know, but please be rest assured that hair does grow back, so you won't be you won't have short hair for very long. Alright, so as you can see, next to you is a tub full of water. Now first we will ask you to bathe, but I must check the temperature of the water. Now Workhouse regulations state that the temperature of the water must be no less than 90 degrees Fahrenheit and no more than 98 degrees Fahrenheit. Any colder, you could catch hypothermia, and any hotter, well, you would burn yourself. So I need to test the temperature of the water before you get into it, as I did draw this moments ago, so hopefully it has had a chance to cool down quite sufficiently. Alright, let me fetch the thermometer. Here we are. It is quite the relic, I will say, and I hope that it works for our purposes. So let me just put that in the water there. Let me feel it with my hand. It feels quite cool, but not too cool. So let's see here. 90, 91, 92, 93. Alright, I think it might have stopped at 93, so that is more than sufficient. Alright, so if I could ask you to remove all of your clothes, yes, all of them. Don't be shy or embarrassed. I have seen so many bodies in my career, both living and dead, so trust me when I say I have seen it all. Nothing can faze me, embarrass me, disgust me or surprise me, so please don't be ashamed. It is honestly no problem for me. But I see. Please don't be shy. It's honestly, it'll be quite pleasant once you get into the nice warm water, and if you are embarrassed, then I can just turn my back whilst you wash. Alright, yes, so if you could place your clothing in the basket next to you and any personal effects that you may have about your person. These items will be transported to the Workhouse locker rooms, where they will be locked up safe and sound until the point where you wish to leave the Workhouse, and then of course they will be returned to you. Yes, and in return you get one of our very special Workhouse uniforms to wear throughout your duration of your stay. And I imagine the Board of Guardians have told you about leaving the Workhouse in uniform. Yes, it must be returned to us, otherwise you will receive quite a hefty fine. Yes, and please don't fear, we keep your belongings safe and sound. There have been no recordings of theft of personal belongings outside of the Workhouse to personal effects at this stage, but I will warn you whilst you are in the Workhouse to keep your personal effects close to you. There are a lot of light-fingered inmates. Does that make sense? Jolly good. Well, I will leave you to get dressed, and once you are ready, just pop yourself into the tub and I will return with some soap and a cloth for you to wash. Jolly good. how's the water temperature? Quite sufficient? Jolly good. Well, here is a lovely, soft washcloth for you and a bar of soap. Now, would you like me to help you wash? As I can see that you've got some bruising around your shoulders there, and I imagine that can be quite painful to lift up your arms. Oh, honestly, it's no bother. I can do your back and maybe scrub around your ears and neck. How about that? Yes, and I'll allow you to do your own bits. Jolly good. All right. So, let's get your face nice and damp with the cloth. Yes. So tell me, how did you end up here? Oh, I see. Oh, I'm absolutely sorry to hear that. That's dreadful. I see, and yes, you had nowhere else to turn. Oh, you poor thing. Well, a lot of inmates here have the same or similar story to you, and I've known them to go on to lead very, very happy lives indeed. This is only a temporary blip in your life. Know the expression of blip? Yes. It's quite a modern one. So please don't feel like all hope is lost. Oh, don't cry. Don't cry, my dear. Oh, you poor thing. Honestly, from my experience, if you have the courage and the willpower to change your circumstances, then you will. There's no good feeling sorry for oneself or blaming others. You have the power to change your future, however dire it may seem. I know it's hard, my dear, yes. Yes, I completely agree with you. I understand. I understand. How are you doing with the soap? May I just borrow it for a moment? Thank you. Yes, it's very hard when one's situation and one's upbringing dictates the way in which we see the world as an adult. Yes. Well, I was quite lucky in that I had a very loving mother, a very loving father, and wonderful siblings, all girls. But yes, I have seen children who, for want of a better word, are ferociously independent of their parents. And, of course, parents who don't want the children. I mean, if that is the case, then that is dreadfully awful. I've seen children come through these workhouse doors who have been abandoned by their mothers, abandoned by their families, orphaned, or their parents are incarcerated, and the poor little loves have no idea what they're doing, where they are. But also seen many grow up to become very lovely adults that I've bumped into in the street. Then again, I've seen those young children grow up to be adults who have come back into the workhouse. Yes, that has happened too. So, it all depends. But from meeting you and just talking with you, I can see that you are a fighter. You are somebody who can make a go of it. And although the workhouse is a scary place and a place where you feel a little bit lost sometimes, if you keep your head down and your nose out of trouble, then this can be quite a good respite from the world you left behind. And I would encourage you not to tangle with any of the more unsavoury characters here, and you'll know them when you see them. Yes, there are many unsavoury people in here, and some that seem very, very, very nice to start with, but it's part of their plan to entice you into doing something bad. Oh yes, they may seem like such lovely, kind creatures, only wishing the best for you. But trust me when I say that it's all a lie. There's always something in it for them. They would never do anything out of the goodness of their own heart. There has to be an angle. So, let's get around your ears here. So heed my words if you want a pleasant time here at the workhouse. Alright. Scrub your shoulders here. Yes, that must feel very nice. And this shoulder. Scrubbing it all away. My goodness, look at the colour of the bathwater. When was the last time you bathed? Oh, I see. Well, we might have to sit you in there for a little while longer. Alright, so here is the cloth and the soap, and I will allow you to wash your more intimate areas. Alright. Alright, feeling nice and clean now? Yes, well, judging by the colour of that bathwater, I can say that you needed it. Alright, well, here I have a lovely, warm, soft bath towel for you. It's been hanging on that pipe over there, so it's nice and warm and cozy. You're in luck, as our towels have just been replaced. The old ones were quite awful, and honestly you would have been better off drying with newspaper. So these are a considerable improvement. So, if I can ask you to step out carefully from the bathtub, I will help you to dry. Right. So, let's dry you down here. Yes, it's jolly hot in here today, so you will dry in no time. I can already see the water evaporating off of you. Lift your arms up. Very good. Alright, so whilst I have you in a state of undress, allow me to apply some lice powder. Like I say, we have had quite the outbreak here, so we need to apply this quite liberally all over your body. And it does get everywhere. Yes, close your eyes. Tap that to your face, your ears. Lift your neck up. Jolly good. Your shoulders. Lift up your arms. Armpits. Armpits. Torso. And just turn around for me. Your back. Buttocks. And turn around. Your legs. And alright. And turn around again. I'll get the back of your legs. There. That ought to do it. Oh, this stuff does get right up your nose. And it has that awful stench about it as well. Right, so you're nice and talked. So, now I will need to fetch your workhouse uniform. Alright, here we are. So this is standard issue workhouse uniform. It comes in one size, and that size is a little bit on the large size, but you'll get used to it. You have your shirt, first of all, that you wear underneath your breeches, and it's an all-in-one piece. So if I could hand those to you, and you can get dressed in your own time. And whilst you are doing that, I will prepare my equipment to start cutting your hair. Jolly good. suits you better than what I expected. You don't look too bad at all. Are you comfortable? Yes, it can be quite scratchy, I'm afraid, but everybody gets the same, and you get used to it after a while. So, are you sitting nice and comfortably? Alright, we'll make a start on your hair. So, all I'm going to be doing is literally very, very roughly chopping the hair as close as I can to the scalp. Now, I'm afraid I am no hairdresser, so my styling skills leave a lot to be desired. I'm awfully sorry about that, but I'm afraid we just don't have a barber here at the Workhouse, and quite frankly, they wouldn't pay for one. So we have to do our best. But I promise I will make you look respectable and not frightening. Alright, so start here. Quite thick hair, which is going to take a while longer than what I anticipated. There's just so much of it, but you have that type of hair that grows back quickly, I can imagine. Oh, my love, please don't cry. Oh, honestly, it's just hair. It will grow back, I assure you. Let's get round back here. Yes, some stragglers still at the front here. See how quick that was? Alright. Go back. A couple of bits here. A couple of bits there. Yes, it doesn't take very long, not when you're not a trained hairdresser like I am. Right. I think that will do. I've done my best to make it uniform, but you might have the odd tuft here and there at the back, but everybody is the same and everybody gets the same treatment, and honestly, the ward sister is no better. Quite frankly, she's worse because she doesn't care what you look like. At least I have made you look relatively normal. Right, so are you quite recovered from that ordeal? Yes. Oh, you poor thing. Well, now we move on to the last part of preparation. That is a medical questionnaire and a medical exam. So allow me to fetch my clipboard and I will begin asking you some very, very basic questions, and you may have already answered these with the Board of Guardians, but as a medical doctor, I must ask you these again and elaborate on them using my medical knowledge. Alright. So, alright, here we are. So, your name is... would have to be right at the back. Here you are. So, would you say that you are in quite good health? Yes. Would you say that you are able-bodied? Yes. Can you walk without assistance? Yes. And have you had any fainting or dizzy spells in the past 6 months? Oh, I see. You bumped your head. I see. So, dizzy spells not related to accident or injury. I see. No, just a bump on the head. Jolly good. And have you been poorly or sick in the past year? I would say fever, chills, mucus, sore throat, anything like that. I see. And when was that? And how long did that last for? I see. 2 weeks. I see. Any other illnesses? Alright. And do you partake in alcohol? Okay, how many glasses do you drink per day? Or should I say per week? I see. And do you partake in tobacco? No. Now, this next question may be a little bit sensitive, but have you partaken in or provided services or activities that one might find at a brothel? No. Alright, jolly good. And are you of childbearing age? I see. And are you with child? No. Alright, that's not... Is that all my questions done? I'll pop this back for the next patient. Right, so the last portion of this examination will be just a very brief medical exam whereby I look at your eyes, your ears, nose and mouth. I will also listen to your heart and your lungs as well. Alright, so first of all, just look straight at me. It said on your files that you don't require spectacles. Okay, now just follow my finger and back, forward, back, and then follow it without moving your head. Jolly good. Follow it again. again. Very good. All right. If you can just turn your head, just have a look at your ears here. And turn your head to the other side. All right. Any problems with your hearing? Would you say that you hear quite well? Yes. Jolly good. Now if you could just tilt your head back just slightly. Let me look up your nose here. Any nosebleeds? Congestion of the nose? Difficulty breathing? Alright. Now if you can just open your mouth wide. I see any pain in your mouth? Tongue? Any dentures fitted? Let's see. And stick out your tongue. I see. Lovely, thank you. So, the last thing that I need to do is listen to your heart and your lungs. Yes, the wonders of modern medicine allow me to hear inside your body using this very clever equipment. Yes, it has revolutionized the way we look at our bodies, and I have implemented this into the medical exam here at the Workhouse. You won't find any other workhouse employing these methods, so we can understand if you are having problems with your heart or your lungs, breathing or circulation. I know these are maybe quite foreign terms to you, but it is quite fascinating and quite important to diagnose various different ailments that crop up quite commonly. Alright, so if I can just get you to sit quite quietly. I don't need you to do anything just yet. I will listen to your heart first. A lovely strong heartbeat, slightly elevated, but I'll put that down to worry. Yes, jolly good. And now if I can ask you to take some nice deep breaths in and out, I'll listen to your lungs. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Wonderful. I hear a little bit of congestion on the lungs, but it's something that I have seen quite often with individuals such as yourself coming from highly industrial areas. The air can become quite thick with smoke and ash and smog, that I've found that those living in those environments have quite congested lungs, so we need to keep an eye on that. However, your time here at the Workhouse away from such environments will do your lungs the world of good, and I have known patients to become healthier whilst they are in the Workhouse. Alright. So just allow me to make some notes on my chart here, and then you will be free to go. One moment. Eyes, good. Nose, good. All right. So it has been wonderful to make your acquaintance. Yes. And should you need my medical expertise whilst you are staying with us here at the Workhouse, then my office and the sick bay is situated right near the women's dormitories. So I am available night and day should you require me. Alright. Well, I hope you get on well here at the Workhouse, and I will see you